In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on October 2nd, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Buffalo Bills versus Baltimore Ravens. We got a good one Sunday as the Buffalo Bills travel to Baltimore to face the Ravens in what could be a rainy day. Both teams come into this game with records of 2-1. The Ravens have won 5 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams, but the Bills scored a win most recently, beating the Ravens 17-3 in the divisional round of the playoffs 2 seasons ago. Buffalo is 7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games following an against the spread loss, and 6-1 against the spread in their last 8 games following a straight-up loss, while the under is 8-0 in their last 9 Week 4 games. Baltimore is 9-4 against the spread in their last 13 games against a team with a winning record, and 11-27 against the spread in their last 39 games in October, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games following a win. The Buffalo Bills are the more complete team in this game, as their defense is one of the best in the game right now as currently constituted. The Baltimore Ravens are going to stagnate a bit here as the Bills shut down the opposing rushing game and should force Lamar Jackson to be more of a pocket passer and not improvise with his legs. Both offenses are top 4 in terms of yards per game, and that means they will move the chains pretty well. Stephon Diggs is the best wideout this season, and that means the Ravens secondary is going to struggle. I do not see this Baltimore defense holding up enough, especially with Buffalo coming off an upset to end last week. Despite last week's loss, I still think the Bills are the best team in the NFL right now, and they should be angry heading to Baltimore. So the Buffalo Bills to win and cover the spread as favored is our full game side pick. This game features 2 of the best quarterbacks in the game and 2 of the best offenses, as the Ravens average 33 points per game first, and the Bills average 30 points per game third. You really can't hold down Jackson, as he is going to hurt you one way or another, but the Ravens have no shot of slowing down Allen and the Bills, so this will turn into a battle of gunslingers, and the result will be a game played in the 30s or high 20s. The Bills are the far better defense, and when push comes to shove, they'll be able to get enough stops to take care of business, while the Ravens won't be able to do that. I think Buffalo's offense was unlucky to not get more out of Miami last week, but while I think Josh Allen and co. rebound here, I'm also weary of this Buffalo secondary going up against Lamar Jackson. Granted, Lamar doesn't have the most intimidating group of weapons at his disposal at wide receiver, but he can stretch the field himself, and all in all, I believe that this is a game that ends up closer to 60, maybe a 31-27 type of final score. Buffalo is averaging 30 points per game, and they are going to get back to finishing the drives here. This game is going to be a shootout. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Cardinals versus Carolina Panthers. The Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers meet Sunday in NFL action from Bank of America Stadium. Arizona is sitting at 1-2 so far and coming off a loss to the Rams. As for Carolina, they're 1-2 as well this year. The Panthers got their first win last weekend over the Saints. The Cardinals are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 in October and 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 in Week 4. Arizona is 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 overall. Meanwhile, the Panthers are 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 in Week 4 and 7-19 against the spread in their last 27 at home. Carolina is 3-14 against the spread in the last 17 overall. This is a decent buy low spot for Arizona, who was favored by 3.5 points in the look-ahead for this game when the lines opened in June. Since then, we've seen both teams show poorly, especially the Cardinals' defense and Panthers' offense. Baker Mayfield in particular has been really bad, ranking 32nd out of 33 qualified qualifying QBs in EPA play plus CPOE. Mayfield is also dead last in success rate, bottom 10 in air yards, and has a completion percentage barely above 50. It's fair to say he's currently the most inefficient and inaccurate quarterback in the league. That being said, it could be a get-right spot for him and the entire Carolina offense against a Cardinals defense that is 31st in EPA play allowed and allowing a 57.4% success rate on dropbacks. However, their first 3 games were all against offenses inside the top 11 in EPA play and QBs inside the top 15 in EPA play plus CPOE. I think Arizona's defense will improve, especially when you consider they are first in pass rush win rate through the first 3 games of the season. The return of J.J. Watt has helped. Zach Allen is also grading out well on the interior, and Isaiah Simmons is holding his own on the edge. Both defenses blitz a ton, which means this game could be volatile on both ends. Kyler Murray has performed better against pressure than Baker has so far this season, so Arizona also has an edge in that category. Matt Rule is just 11-25 as a head coach so far, and 1-25 in games when the defense allows 17 points or more. Christian McCaffrey also missed some practice time this week with a thigh injury, so that's a situation to monitor as well, which could tilt this line towards Arizona. If you're wondering whether to take the points or just bet on the Cardinals money line, the reason for me is just a slight uptick in the amount of games that have been landing on one. This season alone, we've already had 5, which is almost as many as we had all of last season, which is 8. Nothing definable yet as it's still very early in the season, but the 10 cents difference in price from minus 110 to plus 100 does not warrant a money line play. If you can find plus 110 or better with the Cardinals, then it would probably make sense to bet the money line instead. So the Arizona Cardinals to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Take overtime out of the equation, and Arizona is averaging 19 points per game and has not topped the 23-point mark this season. Their offense has struggled to find consistency while dealing with injuries and the Hopkins suspension, and Kyler Murray is having a tough time carrying the team on his back. Arizona has also played to the under in 16 of their last 21 road games. As for Carolina, they could be without their best offensive weapon in McCaffrey. Even with McCaffrey, the Panthers have averaged 21 points per game and currently have one of the worst pass offenses in the NFL. The Panthers have also seen 4 of their last 5 games against NFC opponents fall below the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. New England Patriots versus Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers play host to the New England Patriots on Sunday afternoon in a crucial meeting from Lambeau Field. Both of these teams seem to be going in different directions and with both needing a win, although, for different reasons, there's little doubt that this won't be an interesting matchup. The Patriots come with only 1 win on the season so far, while the Packers have won 2 in a row since dropping their opener. The Patriots may have won the last time these two met, though with that coming all the way back in 2018, it appears likely that things have shifted quite a bit for both teams since then. It is always amazing to see how the absence of a quarterback can affect a line so dramatically. This line originally opened at Green Bay -5, but with news that Patriots quarterback Mac Jones would miss the game with a high ankle sprain, the line jumped to 10.5 at some books. Double-digit points are always tough to lay in the NFL, and money started to come in on New England, which put the line at its current 10-point margin in favor of Green Bay. The key to this matchup is going to be the Patriots' ground game versus the Packers' run defense. While Green Bay is allowing just 113.3 rushing yards per game with only 1 rushing touchdown allowed, their DVOA ranking puts them dead last in the league as you account for the quality of their offensive opponents. With a 1-2 punch of Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, you can expect a slow, methodical approach by Bill Belichick as he looks to exploit this defensive weakness of the Packers. Green Bay will likely counter in similar fashion as the Patriots rank 29th in DVOA against the run and have allowed very similar rushing totals. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon should see ample work as Coach Matt LaFleur likes to use the run to set up the pass. Aaron Rodgers may not have strong receiving weapons, but the cover corners for New England are far from what they once were. This should be the way the Packers earn their advantage, but given the expected pace of this game, it seems unlikely that it will be enough of an advantage to blow this game wide open. So the New England Patriots to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The under is 3-0 in Packers games this year, and with Brian Hoyer, the chances of this looking like the 14-12 Packers win over Tom Brady and Bucs are more likely with a low-scoring game at Lambeau. The two offenses rank in the lower third of the league in scoring. For context, New England is 25th with 17 points per game, and Green Bay with 16 points per game. All the ingredients for an old-school ball game in Wisconsin. The Packers offense didn't look great against Tampa Bay, and I'm thinking we could see more of the same against a decent Patriots defense. But not only that, with Mac Jones out, I'm expecting a run-heavy approach from New England as to not give Aaron Rodgers many opportunities to burn them. I think this one's going to be an ugly slopfest that's played between the 20s mostly. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started.